to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe, and if you're not an existing subscriber, welcome back. So you'll have to forgive me today, it has been raining all day, the lighting isn't great and I'm having a few issues with my ring light at the moment, so I don't have time to mess with that, so I thought I would just sit near the window and fingers crossed the lighting looks okay. So today is my 8th update for my project pan and I have managed to finish one product, and I'm really happy actually because I've been pretty consistent throughout all of my project pan with finishing at least one product, and I'm hoping that I will manage to achieve that all of this year. I'm really hoping that is the case and I'll be really happy with that. So we're just going to get straight into it, and I'm going to talk about the product that I have finished first, and then we'll talk about the products I'm still working on, and then I will then introduce some new products. So the one product I finished was actually in my August empties, so if you've watched that you will know what it is, but I managed to finish my Rimmel primer. This was the Lasting Finish primer. I didn't mind this primer, don't get me wrong, I don't love it, but I didn't mind it, and towards the end I was just really wanting to get it finished. We was here last time, so I did think also you're going to have to ignore my nails. I just haven't had time to do them, they look gross and I'm going to be painting them tonight, but I really need to film this video. So I was here last time, so I did think I would have this done and then it is finished. So yeah, that's another primer done out of my collection, and I'll be introducing something at the end for that, because the rest of the products are just products I'm still working on. The next thing we have is the Skin Chemist Rose Quartz Youth Defense Lip Plump. I have managed to put another mark on here now though, so that makes me happy. I removed the applicator and that is where I mark it, so the bottom one is where it currently is. So we're not halfway yet, so I don't think this will get done this year, but even if I can just work on this I'll be happy. So for that primer, because I forgot to say, I did use an additional 4 times for that to be finished, and for this I have used it 13 times to get where we are. So this is going to be one of those products that's going to be pretty slow, even though I've used it quite a few times, but it's fine. I just use it as like my first step in my routine, and yeah, that's how I use it. The next thing is my foundation, and this is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. I'm not able to mark this because of the packaging, I won't be able to see anyway, and I don't have scales, so it is literally just a case of we will just keep using this until it is used up. I did use this 9 times since the last update, so I am using it, and I do have my Project 10 uses which also has a foundation in it, so I'm trying to alternate as much as I can, but mainly focus on this one. This does feel quite light, but I am using this. I don't love it. I love glowy bases and, you know, foundations, primers, but this to me just transfers everywhere. You know, I'm a sucker for touching my face, I just can't help it, and this just does transfer everywhere. So yeah, I'm using it, I just don't love it as much as I thought I would. The next thing we have is my concealer. This has been something that has been in, I think, from the beginning, or it was close to the beginning. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And I do feel like now we are getting somewhere with it. I feel like product is still coming out, so I don't need to take the stopper out, but I feel like we're getting somewhere now with it. I don't know why. I just feel like it. I'm hoping we are, because I would like to try and finish this year. I don't put a huge amount of concealer on. I just put dots under my eyes so it's not like a big triangle. So I feel like that's maybe why it's taking me longer to use it. I have used this 8 times. Again, I have another concealer in my Project 10 uses, so I'm trying to alternate, but I do want to see if I can just try and focus on this one. But yeah, 8 times, I'm okay with that. I'm using it. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with it now, hopefully. Next we have my Hoola bronzer, and so last update I had repressed it because it was getting difficult to get my brushing, because I do use quite a big fluffy brush, and what I will do is I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looked like last update, and then I'll put a picture of what it looks like this update, but also show you as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've made a huge amount of progress. I'm so excited, I'm so happy. I feel like this now feels like I'm actually going to finish this year. I did think I was going to, but I just feel like now I'm seeing this progress, I definitely think I will. I may have to repress it again because there is quite a lot of product up here, and again my brush isn't really reaching that bit, but I do think I'll be able to finish like some of this bit before I repress it. So yeah, really happy with this. And if you are planning on panning this or panning this now, I would recommend breaking apart the packaging like this because it's just a lot easier to get your brush in there. It was Catch Up with Kate that did this, that influenced me to do it, because I thought it was just a really good idea to be able to get your brush in. And I used this 10 times in the last month. So yeah, really happy with this progress. I'm really, fingers crossed, hoping that I have this done this year, because it'd be amazing if I could get a bronzer finished. The next product is the one product I feel like out of everything in this project, apart from maybe the lip plump, the thing that's going to take me the longest is my NARS blush in Orgasm. This is a classic, everybody knows this one, and this is what it looks like now. So again, I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looked like last update and a picture of what it looks like this update. But yeah, this is where we are at now, and I honestly just don't think it looks any different. I do use Real Techniques blush brush, so it doesn't pick up a huge amount of product, so I only want to hit pan on this as well. Like everything else in this project I want to finish, but this is the only thing I want to hit pan on, because I mean realistically I'm not going to finish a blush when I introduce this to the end of the year. But even if I can just hit pan on this, that will then give me a good chance when I do want to pan this again to finish it, because it's already got pan in. So I used this 12 times last month, and again this is going to be something that will be in this project till the end of the year. And whether I'll even hit pan on it, I don't know, but I'm using it, and we'll just keep using it until I can see the progress. The next thing is my highlighter. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. So I've just stopped marking this now because I am at the bottom. I'm just trying to squeeze every last little bit out of this because I do really like this highlighter. I think before I started using this all the time, I was a little bit like, I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was expensive for what it is. But now I've been using it all of the time. It is a really nice highlight. It's something that it is easy to work with as well, because I think that was another thing. I thought this was going to be really difficult to work with. It's just going to take forever, but it really doesn't, and it's a really beautiful highlight. I'm wearing it now. I'm pretty sure every video I film I'm wearing this highlight, and this is where we are at. So I haven't squeezed it again, so we are getting to the bit now where when I'm applying it, because I was applying with my finger, I feel like I'm having to press down a little bit more now. So I might squeeze this again. It does get very messy if you squeeze too much out, I will say that, but I will try and squeeze it again and see whether I can get anything out of it. But I would really like to have this done by the end of the year. And I have used this 8 times in the last month, because what I find is, like, when I'm going into the office, I skip highlighter, because sometimes the NARS Orgasm, if you put it all the way up, it also acts as like a blush and a highlight as well. So when I'm in a bit more of a rush, which is usually in the mornings when I go into the office for work, I usually don't wear this and I just put the blush on. But I do really enjoy this. I'll be sad to see this go, but I won't be repurchasing it, just because I've said it previously, but if you've not watched my previous updates, this has a lot of air in it, and this is £29, I believe, £29 or £30, and everyone has been telling me that there is a Kiko alternative to this. So yeah, I do like this product. I think it's beautiful, but I just don't think it's worth it for the price, because of how much air is in the product. Okay, the next thing we have is the Pixie Glow Mist. So this is where we are at. So we was here last update and we are here now. So I'm pretty happy with that progress. It is fairly consistent, I think, for the past few months. The first month that I introduced it, we put quite a lot in, but I feel like since then it's been pretty consistent. I like this. I don't like the smell of it, which I say every single time, but I do like this. It does add that glow to my skin, which my skin really does need. And I used this 13 times last month. So, I mean, again, I think this might be in for a few more months. I'd like to have this done by November's update. That would be really good if I could have that done by then. The next thing we have is my lip liner, and this is by Primark. and I don't have anything to show you, like I don't have it marked on a piece of paper or a photo or anything, but I have sharpened this one more time, and yeah, I really like this lip liner. It's creamy and it's definitely getting smaller. I don't think I will have this done by the end of the year because we are in September now, but I do think that this is going to be fairly close, and this might be something that I won't put in a project next year but will just actively try and use up. But I do really like this, and if I ever go into Primark, which is very, very, very rare, I will have a look for some more lip liners because I really do like that formula. And I've used that 14 times since the last update. And last but no means least, we have my lip product. This is the Givenchy. Can't read what it is because it's so little. And I used this 3 times, and I've had to take this out of this project because, I don't know if you can see, it's just not usable. It just keeps breaking. It's like it's melted. I can't use that. I don't want to use a lip brush because I just don't like using lip brushes, and I've tried to apply it a few times and that's why it looks like that. So I'm actually just going to get rid of this because I just can't use it. So I did use that 3 more times and that's when it just broke. It's like it's melted somehow. I don't know how. I've used it, but I'm going to be taking that out of that project, so I'm not actually counting it as it being finished because I didn't finish it, but I'm just rolling it out and I'm going to put something else in it. So I'm actually going to be bringing in 2 products. One for the primer that I finished and one for the lip product that I didn't finish but is broken. So for the primer, I'm going to be putting in some more primers. No one is surprised by that because I have quite a few primers. And I'm actually going to be putting in 2 little minis, and I'm going to be putting in these from Illamasqua. So this technically will count as 1, but it's 2. If that makes sense. So this is going to count as 1 product in my project, but it is obviously 2 products. So we have the Beyond Veil and we have the Hydra Veil. I've used a Hydra Veil before and I think it's okay. I don't really like the consistency of it, but I think it's okay. I haven't tried the Beyond Veil one. That one does look like it has more colour than the other one. The other one is clear. So I'm going to be introducing both of these in replacement of the primer, and we will see when we'll get with these. I do think I might be able to have one of these done by next update, but even if I have one of these done, I'm not going to introduce something else. I will have to use both of these to be able to introduce something else into this project. And last but no means least, in replacement of the lip product, again, is going to be another lip product, and I'm going to put this in from YSL. I love this formula. This is the Rouge Volupté Shine in 48. They don't have the names of the colours, but it is 48. I've had this for a while. It still smells okay, and that is the colour. So that is all I have left of it. It is like a creamy formula. I thought this is just perfect for coming into autumn winter, and I want to get more use out of this because, like I said, this is older and it does need to be getting used up in my collection. So I'm going to be introducing this in replacement of the Givenchy lip product. Okay, so that is my update for my project pan. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and it'd mean the world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. And I would love to know below your thoughts and opinions on my progress this month. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.